The lineup for the top half of the draw in the third round is now complete after that astonishing fight back by Peter Wright in his 6-5 win over Darren Webster. Time now to turn our attention back to the bottom half of the draw, and a man on stage with a European Tour title to his name and plenty of other major titles under his belt as well. James Wade, the number 4 seed, up against a man who impressed in his opening win over Devon Peterson last night, winning by 6 legs to 3. He led 5-1 at one stage before Peterson fought back to a degree, but it was an accomplished display by this man, Johnny Clayton, and I'm looking forward to seeing what he can do here, Rob.
Yes, but he's up against one of the most solid players, you know, in the game. Johnny Clayton, he's new to the game. He's certainly got a good bit of talent about him, but he can't afford to make mistakes against James Wade. We see so often James Wade punishes people. We never talk about James Wade's game as being a power scorer, you know, in those lines, but his scoring's great. He sets it up. He doesn't make too many mistakes. He takes out doubles normally.
Ladies and gentlemen, first leg, Johnny to throw first.
So Johnny's going to have to, especially the early part of the game, he's got to stay focused. He mustn't let Wade get in front. He's actually got to take the game to James.
The crowd here at the Insel Park draws its breath for a moment or two after that mammoth tussle for Peter Wright against Darren Webster. Webster leading 5-2 at one stage, but Peter Wright clawing his way back after the disappointment of missing out on a place in the O2 Arena playoffs next week in the Premier League. Peter Wright has salvaged something here. He's through to the last 16.
Well, Darren Webster, 124, 6 darts, never had a dart at a double.
It's astonishing. Absolutely astonishing. The way he was finishing off as well earlier. He took the 1-2-4 check out in leg 7, didn't he? So
yes, I mean, well, you expect him to have a couple of darts at a double, at 6 and 1-2-4, and he didn't have any. But to be fair to Peter, got out of jail there, but then went 12 with his throw, 12 against the throw, 15 within the last leg. And they're class darts. Yeah. You know, you let them off, they punish you for it, and that's exactly what happened. You feel for Darren Webster, but, you know, if you're going to make it in this game, you know, there's no sympathy. They're not going to feel sorry for you.
41. James require 161.
Well, Wade has stolen the darts here against the Clayton throw.
Yeah, Wade, he's playing the percentages, just setting it up.
21.
He didn't need to take the 170 out because Clayton was not on a check out, and Wade, after 12 darts, wants double top.
59.
Wade's wife, Sammy, is watching on from the sidelines, down by the walk-on area. Double 10 for Wade. He loves double 10 normally. Hasn't taken it there, so double 5 instead.
35.
And that might just open the door here for Johnny.
Yeah, that's unusual for James to miss in tops and 10s with the same visit, but Johnny needs to find the treble 20 now, and he hasn't done.
80. James require 5. Game shot the first leg. James Wade. Second leg, James to throw first.
A very good throw as well.
Game on.
Yeah, that was Sammy James's wife. Not only his wife, but his permanent companion. Wherever James is, Sammy's not far away.
180.
Yeah, first 180 of the match for Wade. She was in Gibraltar last weekend as well, keeping James company.
100.
Lost 6-2 to Gary Anderson in the third round last weekend in Gib, and Anderson potentially lies in wait for the winner of this one as well. He faces Mike Langendorf in the next match on stage tonight. Clayton here looking to fill it up though, and he does precisely that.
180.
Trading 180s in this second leg.
140.
That's a good return from Wade, and Johnny Clayton's got to follow that now. And follow he does. Great darts from Clayton, but it's Wade who's going to have the first 3 darts at the 81. Looking at the 57, he's hit the 57, double 12. short of the double 6, just above the double 10, so he should be
Game
okay,
shot,
and okay he is.
Yeah.
James Wade, third leg,
Looks
Johnny
that
to
side of the
throw
board. I know he
first.
missed double 10 in the first leg, but yeah, by and large, double 10 and anything around it is good territory for James Wade, productive territory as well.
121.
Well, John, scored brilliantly there. He wants 81 after 9, which is a great leg, but when your opponent goes out in 12 with the throw,
100.
you're left just standing there, really thinking, right, I wish I could have them score first 9 scoring darts right now.
Well, this isn't bad for his first 9.
135.
James Wade rounded off his Premier League campaign
98.
on Thursday night with a 7-3 win over Robert Thornton. Didn't make it through to the playoffs at the O2 Arena next week.
95.
But James Wade was the only man to beat Michael van Gerwen in the regular set of fixtures. It was on the opening night in Leeds in February.
57. Johnny
Van
require
Gerwen lost his opener, but
150.
didn't lose again. 11 wins and 4 draws after that for Van Gerwen. Winning the regular standings and a bonus of 25 grand as well. He's very much the odds-on favourite to win the whole thing next week.
Yes, the ironic thing about, obviously there is a lot of talk about the Premier League, but if he doesn't go and win it, then top of the league actually meant nothing apart from 25 grand. And to be quite honest, when you're earning $1 million a year, 25 grand isn't really a lot, is it?
Yeah.
Game shot.
Johnny Clayton gets himself back in the game.
Fourth leg, James.
He's still a breaker throw down, but one leg on the board. Take it one leg at a time. Good front 9 averages from both players, especially from John.
100.
And John, 101 average is pretty good. Well, more than pretty good.
Well, Clayton's success came on his own throw there. But a 180 against the Wade throw might just give James something to think about here. Clayton's average yesterday against Peterson was 91.7.
55.
Well, he's got the throw. That's number 4. That's number 5. And that's number 6. Well, Dave Chisnall and Daryl Gurney have hit 7 trebles on the way to the 9 and then failed both on the 8.
Well, could we
140. Johnny require 141.
Good luck to you, Johnny. It's on, Oh.
And again, the excitement, that's what it is. You can see it.
Carbon copy of Gurney, that. It was a long way off the treble 19, that.
Yeah, what that is, that all of a sudden thinking I've only got it in the treble 19, and that rush of adrenaline just puts too much power in the arm, and that's why it really overpitched.
But again, we made the point before, 60. I think Clayton would pass up the
9-dart
finish for a successful winning leg here to get himself level once again. Double 16 he wants with Wade on 146. And we are level at 2 apiece. Good fight back from Johnny.
Fifth leg, Johnny to throw first. Game on.
Could have seen his shoulders drop there, but far from it. A 14-dart break for a 2-1 deficit, and then 7 perfect darts to help him on his way to a 2-2 scoreline. So
43.
Well, the 180s against the throw is where the damage is done. That's where you've got to find those 180s. And now he's just put James on the back foot a little bit, so he's got to make sure he throws a good leg here to hold his throw. And then just put the element of doubt in Wade's head.
Here we go again.
3 in a row.
Nice, hitting 180s with increasing regularity here. James Wade, though, right back at you. Not quite. Ton 40 would leave him in a fairly good position as well. He's down to a finish on his own throat. Wade playing catch-up once again here. And James Wade not down to a finish yet.
No, he usual 2 stray darts on the trot. Well, treble 18. Now back up, big 20. Put it near double top. Don't mess around with the flight. Sets it up absolutely perfect. Double top after 12 darts on the Clayton throw. He wants to go 3-2 up. He was 2-0 down.
90. Johnny, you require 40.
So Johnny Clayton for a 3-2 lead, having trailed 2-0.
Game Sean, the 5th leg.
And that's exactly
Johnny
what he's got.
Clayton, 6th leg, James the throw first.
Could be on for another highlight of the day. We've had so many so far. Daryl Gurney, we've mentioned him with 7 perfect darts, the 170 checkout, an average of 104 against
140.
Mervyn King. Benito van der Pas also caught the eye today, an average of 107 against Alan Norris, who also produced a 170 checkout. Chris Dobie missed darts against Klassen in a brilliant match between those two. Mensur Silovic with a whitewash, and then that fight back from Peter Wright earlier this evening as well. And let's not forget Renan Idams. It's served up some terrific talking points and some terrific darts today. It's been brilliant. And it's not over yet, of course.
No,
we've got the world champion and the Premier League champion and the world #1 Michael van Gerwen coming up for you, with Gary Anderson before him.
Oh, Clayton, the way he's playing like a Michael van Gerwen at the moment. And 123 on the front 9, and look at those stats.
Gary Anderson looking to defend his Premier League crown.
140.
But Michael van Gerwen, no doubt about it, the world #1 and the undisputed king of the European Tour, with 11 titles to his name after winning last weekend in Chip. Clayton here.
140.
He's down to a finish.
161.
It's a big one, but so is this for Wade. Treble 17.
Now, I like the 25 shot here. If he hits the treble 20, that's fine.
97.
Well, the 20,
Johnny,
the 25 would
140.
have left him on 59, guaranteed 2 darts at a double. You know, with Clayton, you know, thereabouts, that extra dart at the double makes so much difference. Now, if James hits the treble 8, then it's irrelevant anyway, which he has done. Now he wants a double top, got 2 darts at it to level this up. It's a bit high to be a great guy.
24.
He's
Now
missed
then.
2 darts at his favourite
Johnny,
double.
require 40.
Johnny Clayton for another break. Double 10. Oh, double 5, the anguish, the agony goes on.
30.
And that's a big let off
James
Wade.
require 40.
That's the sort of chance he just has to take.
You're
Game
absolutely
shot,
right,
the
Rob.
6th
You knew that James Wade weren't going to let him off again. I mean, to go 4-2 up against someone like James Wade,
Game on.
you know, you've got the game in the palm of your hands then, but now he's stepping up thinking, damn, you know, was that a negative in his head now? Is that going to upset his speed? Because he you know, he had a great
58.
rhythm, he was scoring exceptionally well. He's just got to now focus, especially on this leg.
Just may have given James Wade a bit of fresh impetus, that.
140. $100.
James doesn't like that positioning, so he stepped over to the left-hand side. Doesn't look like that either, so he'll come down to the 19.
He isn't a player that switches too often. He'd rather try and work round darts or pitch over them. Normally very good at it.
60.
Well, James.
Just wonder whether those 3 missed darts for a 4-2 lead may just have knocked the stuffing out of Johnny Clayton here.
140.
Yeah. And on the Clayton throw, James Wade is throwing a very tidy leg.
59. Yeah. James require 124.
Trebles have dried up here for Clayton, comparatively speaking.
I don't think he's going to go for the treble 18. No. Didn't need to. Just playing it sensible is James Wade.
43.
Well, that wasn't sensible. 140, but anything less is not going to be enough. You feel another one of those really does put some pressure on. Great darts from Clayton.
Very good indeed. So James Wade, 62 remaining.
Double 13.
Game shot on the 7th leg.
Clinical.
James Wade.
Absolutely clinical.
8th leg, James the throw first. Game on.
Nicknamed the machine. I do a piece for William Hill for the Premier League every week, and every week I say back James Wade to have just over the ton checkout. I think 8 out of 9 weeks he's done it. You know, you don't see him take out the 161s, the 156 too many. But the 104, 105, 106, he seems to leave it a lot after 12 darts. And takes it out an awful amount of times.
.96.
Great averages from Johnny Clayton. James Wade, that's a steady average game for Wade. But he's the one who's 4-3 up and a break of throw.
55.
And we've said it before, he'll never out-muscle people with 180s. OK, he's got one on the board, but yeah, he's putting in a typical James Wade performance here at the moment.
139.
The thing about James Wade, and you know, when you're teaching youngsters or trying to give them advice, you kind of try to say, well, look what this player does, look what that player does. Well, James Wade just plays his own game. It doesn't matter what his opponent does. He just gets up there and plays the dartboard, as we say. And that's one thing that the youngsters, and well, you don't have to be young, that's what you've got to do. Try and forget about what your opponent's doing.
100. James requires 70.
Tops.
Game show on the 8th leg. James Wade,
critical.
9th leg Johnny to throw first.
A real solid performance from James Wade, but you have to go back to the 3 darts missed from John to go 4-2 up.
Yeah.
55.
Big turning point.
We say it so often, Rob, don't we? If you're going to beat what we call the big boys, you cannot let those chances go.
100.
Once again, the trebles are deserting Clayton
60.
here. 6 darts with 115 scored. Needs more than that.
140.
And Wade might finish this off in the 9th leg. 125 the cushion.
100.
So Wade has effectively stolen the darts here.
Well, he's knocked the odd one off.
41.
Chance for John to get his throw back. Got possibly 9 darts from 286.
60.
That's not going to help.
Needed at least one. James Wade then with a chance to kick on here.
100.
Down to a Shanghai. Now Clayton suddenly has rediscovered his treble touch. And out of nowhere, on 180, just puts the pressure on. OK, it's on the Clayton throw, but Shanghai here for Wade will get the job done. Topsy wants them for a 6-3 win. James Wade
100.
just underneath the wire.
Johnny require 46.
Well, a massive chance here for Clayton to get himself back in the game now. Missed 3 darts earlier on, don't miss this, and he hasn't.
The 9th leg.
That's a great 5 darts from Johnny Clayton.
10th leg James to throw first.
However, he's now got to break the throw of Wade.
Yep, sounds easy, that's all it is, one break, but when Wade is rattling off treble 20s like this,
140.
it makes your job even harder. Clayton just simply has to stay with him for as long as he can here, and if the opportunity comes along, then that's all well and good.
60.
Can't afford to let Wade get out of sight, and already there's a gap. And the gap is getting bigger and bigger here.
140.
Yeah, well, Wade's average just topped the 100 and over the 110 on the scoring, and you can see how Johns has come down. At one time he was around about the 123 mark on his front 9, and 102, 103 on the overall. So with James Wade going up, Johnny Clayton coming down, that void becomes quite big.
There's a chasm now. 260 the gap, and he's not really making much of an impression here.
James require 81.
James Wade has plenty of room for manoeuvre. 62 remaining again. Will he go the same treble 12 route?
Well, double 10.
Instead, he's gone the treble 14 for double
Game
10.
shot.
And that is a
James
stylish performance by
Clinical.
James Wade. Absolutely clinical. Just 1 or 2 questions asked by Johnny Clayton. Missed starts, 3 of them at the midpoint of the match for a 4-2 lead. But from that moment on, once Wade rescued the situation, there was never any way back for Johnny Clayton. Wade just pressed on, and some stylish finishing, 81, 70 and 81 again, finishing the job. And James Wade goes through to the 3rd round of the European match play here in Hamburg. And either Gary Anderson or Mike Langendorf await, and those two will be on stage next.
Hiermit verabschieden wir Johnny Clayton und wollen natürlich wissen, wie es dem Gewinner in diesem Match ergangen ist. Hi, James. I'm all right. I think they are prepared. I don't ask him, I'd ask you. Congratulations, first of all. You reached the quarterfinals at the World Championships this year, then semi-final at the Masters. What do you think is possible here in Hamburg?
In Hamburg, obviously, the crowd are a massive part of the game. When you got the crowd behind you, they're backing you, it's fantastic. And I believe it gives any dart player 20%. So, you know, they were absolutely brilliant in that game. A little bit lethargic compared to the last games, so I'm a little bit disappointed. They were much noisier than the games before, but, you know, for them to show respect and keep quiet at the right times, it's amazing, you know. And I think in the UK, they perhaps don't do what they do in Holland.
All right, thanks a lot and good luck for the next round. Thank you, James. Also meine Frage war eigentlich gewesen, was er glaubt erreichen zu können hier bei dem Turnier in Hamburg, nachdem er Viertelfinalist bei den Weltmeisterschaften war, nachdem er das Halbfinale bei den Masters erreicht hat. Und er sagt, das hängt natürlich auch sehr stark von euch ab, denn er meint, 20% seiner Leistung hat er generiert durch den Support, durch die Unterstützung. Und das wünscht er sich natürlich auch für die nächsten Spiele, dass es so weiterläuft. Und apropos nächstes Spiel, der nächste Gegner von James Wade, der wird in der nächsten Partie ermittelt. Und da trifft der krasse Außenseiter, aber Lokalmatador Mike Langendorf auf Gary Anderson. Und apropos krasser Außenseiter, das wird mein letzter Hinweis nochmal für die Kollegen von Happy Bet. Denn es gäbe eine sagenhafte Quote von 7,75:1, wenn ihr auf einen Sieg von Mike Langendorf setzt. Die Gelegenheit wäre jetzt noch dazu da, denn gleich geht's hier los mit der nächsten Partie.